Give me that. When I tell you to hand me something, you little son of a bitch, and I can replace it in seconds. The most valuable is this. You do as I say, because I'll just fire you on the spot. You little cunt. And get the hell out. And that is right. I am the golden one. Ricky Goldman. This is a channel with all the gold, more than a gold mine. This is the People's Wrestling Channel, and this simply is. Yet another movie review, this time the Batman movie review. Once again, as I always say, I presume most of you people will have watched it. Get your thoughts, get your comments in below. Let me know what you thought about this. Did you enjoy it? And if you haven't seen it, which I would be actually shocked, go and watch it. Good movie. Come back and let me know exactly what you thought. I thought it was a good movie. Bit of a long film, 3 hours, but still good. Right off the bat, I thought Robert Pattinson was a good Batman, actually played a good Batman. You had Colin Farrell in this movie as a Penguin. He looked like the Penguin, didn't look like the Penguin of the Michael Keaton movies, but I'll get into that. But yeah, a good movie, a good film. If you've got 3 hours to spare, certainly sit down and watch it. DC doesn't really make good movies. They're very hit and miss, but I thought this one was good. So to find out exactly what happened in the movie and my extra thoughts, I will see you on the other side of this right here, because you need to know exactly where to pick up every single one of my t-shirts and make me that moolah. So here it is. Right there, promising to Goldman's, all 5 designs, and there's some new designs coming, so do keep an eye out for them. But in the meantime, you get all 5 designs of the t-shirts that are there, Pricing Tees, Goldman's. So, as I mentioned, you have Colin Farrell in this movie. Didn't look like the Penguin. I thought the Penguin in the Michael Keaton movie, Danny DeVito, the Michael Keaton Batman movie, Batman Forever, I believe. I thought that was the better Penguin, but Danny DeVito's a great actor. I think that will play one of the better Batmans, kind of one of the early on Batman movies. But this was good. So, and I thought Robert Pattinson kind of put a new spin on Batman, very much more dark, very gritty. You see at the beginning of the movie, Batman doing his thing, being the superhero that he is. But you very, very quickly see the Riddler, that very different to the Riddler played by Jim Carrey in Batman might have been Batman Forever, I think it was Batman Returns with Michael Keaton. So very, very different to the Riddler you see in that movie, or very, very dark and a lot more crazy, and fighting for justice. And he goes around kidnapping and torturing these people, these politicians, and these people, or these big, powerful people. And leaves these cryptic messages and these cryptic riddles, and wants people to suffer, and he basically wants justice, and it all comes back to Batman, which, don't worry, I'm gonna get to. So yeah, so the Riddler kind of kidnaps this guy to send a message to Batman, but then he gets killed. And then then Batman is attending the funeral of the guy that got killed. Riddler kidnaps somebody else and sends this guy into a 4x4 truck, a 4x4 van thing into the funeral. The guy gets out. He's got a phone strapped to his hand. He's beaten up. His mouth is taped up. He's got a bomb around his neck. And the Riddler basically wants, this is all done. The Riddler's work. The Riddler's done this, and he basically wants to speak to Batman. So Bruce Wayne obviously goes off and returns dressed as Batman. Then the guy's got a phone in his hand. Batman answers it, and then the Riddler basically wants his guy to go through all these riddles, but also reveal information: who he's working for, who all the companies are working for, who all the big powerful people working for, who's behind it all. That's basically what the Riddler wants. But in the end, the guy blows up. He dies. So then people are thinking it's all Batman's fault because Riddler turns everybody against Batman, so people wanted to kill Batman. So in this, Batman is actually an anti-hero. He's kind of a villain in this, and kind of the Riddler is the hero in all of this. Some people see him as the hero. Through all of this, you see Catwoman, so a different Catwoman to the, once again, the Catwoman in the Michael Keaton movie, which I'm going to say is Batman Returns. So you see a different Catwoman there, but Catwoman to the rescue. She's involved with all of this. Like I said, the Penguin, he's involved with all of this. He just basically wants to kind of control the town and make as much money as possible. He basically just a businessman, doesn't have anything, doesn't have the big long nose, doesn't have anything wrong with his hands like the Batman Danny DeVito played. He's involved with all of this. You don't really see him much. He's just basically a corrupt businessman. And the kind of the riddle is that behind it is a stool pigeon. They all think this is Penguin, so they're going to find Penguin, beat him up a little bit. But then the Penguin says, no, it's not. It's somebody else. It's somebody that works in, a big, powerful guy that works in the offices. They leave Penguin, and then they go to find this guy. They find this guy, then he's getting beaten up and kind of tortured by Catwoman because somebody died. So on Catwoman's behalf, somebody died. And she wants this guy to confess it. But then he gets killed just as he's about to. Well, he gives some answers, but then he gets killed anyway. In fact, I'm going to take this time just to have another little break and tell you more on the other side of this. So you need to know where, never miss a second, never ever miss an upload, never miss a minute, never miss a millisecond of things like this, reviews, interviews, predictions. So, and this is how you don't keep up with me on every single bit of social media like this. So indeed, add me, follow me, do that right now. Pause this video, add me, follow me, and come back and watch the rest of this. Hold on a second. Is that my champagne right there? Place it down there on my very expensive table, which I'm the head of. And get out of here. No, you're not having a tip. This money that I earn, this money that I make is all mine. And nobody else's. Get out. Anyway, so back to this movie review. So Catwoman's involved. The guy that she wants to question, he gets killed. So then she goes back to the club. Goes to a club that earlier on in the film she went to the club. She had kind of these cameras in her eyes, or on her eyeballs, so Batman could see. And everywhere she looked, Batman could see, and she could see that these politicians and these crooked people were involved. So then she goes back to that club, and the kind of the kingpin, the guy involved, the guy kind of the center of all of this, the guy that with all the answers, I guess you could say. He didn't know who Catwoman was, but then there's a gunfight, and then he's there's a gunfight. There's a gunfight, and then his conversation, it was recorded, and then Commissioner Gordon, the only guy on the side of Batman, he hears this. The guy says, "Oh, you all work for me." They go outside, there's a load of cops. He gets arrested. You see the Penguin. You think the Penguin has shot this guy, but he hasn't. But the Penguin gets arrested anyway. This guy's took away. He's going to spend years of prison, years in life in prison. Batman then looks, and the shot came from a sniper rifle, kind of in a window. They go on, they find this is a Riddler's house. They find out that lots of messages and lots of clues and cryptic clues for Batman left. Very, very well thought out, which I'm going to get to. But then they find out that the Riddler's at a local cafe. They go, they find him. He's then put into a mental prison. But then they find kind of he's got a following. They find that he's posting his videos on social media, and people actually going along with his cause, and they're going along with his following. A lot of people are giving tips about how to make bombs and how to do these horrible, horrible things. He then says he set up some bombs around the city, and they're going to go off at a certain time. And when they go off, his cause, his followers, they must then take over the city. That happens. They take up all these bombs are going off. But before that, the Riddler actually wants to see Batman. Doesn't know that Batman's Bruce Wayne, and he's blaming Bruce Wayne because it all goes back to Bruce Wayne's parents, his mum, his dad, but mainly his dad, that he was in charge of all of this. He was a big billionaire in charge of everything. A lot of corrupt, horrible, nasty things happened. So he blames Bruce Wayne. The Riddler doesn't know Bruce Wayne is Batman. This is kind of very hard to follow, but I hope you are following along with me. Riddler says does some crazy stuff. Batman goes away. These bombs go off. His cars, his followers take over. A lot of fighting happens. They basically want to kill Batman. Catwoman comes to the rescue. These people call themselves Justice. The city gets flooded. Batman had to save a lot of people, saves them. Then that's new towards the end of the movie. The community is all right. The community wants to rebuild and get together, and they're not going to let this stop them. They are going to think about what's happened and take a pause, take a moment, but then going to rebuild. And then end of the movie, you see Batman and Catwoman. They're talking. Catwoman wants Batman to go with her, but they go their separate ways. Catwoman's going after where she's going. But there's a Batman's logo in the sky, so he has to go and save the day once again. And there we go. That's the movie. I'm going to give it 7 stars out of 10. I thought this was a good DC movie, a good Batman movie. It's had a very different take on Batman, that he's kind of the villain, and sort of very gritty and very different. So, good movie. So let's run through some promotion and I'll tell you what's coming up also this week. So, P&P, pancakes and power slams every single Tuesday on the Wrestling Rumours page. Dr. Chris Featherstone will talk about a wrestling subject. This year was all about Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out. Is it a work? Is it reality? Let's wait and see. Before that, he will interview a wrestler on the Sportskeeda page, and it was none other than this week Hall of Famer D-O-double-G himself, Road Dogg. So he's P&P, Pancakes and Power Slam every single Tuesday on Facebook and YouTube, but on Facebook, the Wrestling Rumours page. If you like your podcasts, I have not 1 but 2 for you. Here's the first one. And it is a Domcast. Right there is the link. So go and give it a listen. That is Domcast. The other podcast is In Time Wrestling Podcast. Once again, the link right there. Go and give it a listen. This is all about wrestling. So make sure to tune in. 1 second here, guys. If you like your e-feds to create a wrestler, I have several here for you. So I'll start with this one. TWF Network. Monday Night Chaos, I believe it's called Tuesday Night Chaos now, but it is the TWF Network. There's a link. Go over and check it out. ASPW, All Star Pro Wrestling Network. Once again, go over, and all of this I'm saying is in the description below, so check it out. But go and check this out, ASPW, All Star Pro Wrestling, and I'm sure that if you want to get your coin, I'm sure there's a spot for you. REW, Road Dogg Extreme Wrestling, right there. And I believe there are spots open for you. So if you want a woman wrestler, male wrestler, or tag team, I believe there are spots open to get your creator wrestler in. That is REW, Radio Extreme Wrestling. Go and check it out on YouTube and see what you think. Speaking of Ray Dog, Pro Wrestling Tees. Billy Ray Dog on Pro Wrestling Tees. This guy will give you a shout out and the proceeds for this t-shirt, the one that you see right now, the USA t-shirt, the proceeds will go to a charity, so there's no better cause than that. So Billy Ray Dog on Pro Wrestling Tees. If you like your promo based EFED PPA Promo Wrestling Alliance right there. Once again, there's the link. So this is promo based. So go and check it out. See what you think. They do great work, great graphics. They do pay-per-views. Some great videos they do. So go and check it out and at least let them know what you think. They also have a YouTube. So there's a YouTube channel to check out. Go and like them, go and subscribe to them, and check them out. Another one here for you. I'm actually the champion for in this company. I'm actually the Intercontinental Champion, and that is NAW New Albany Wrestling. So once again, the link right there. Go and check it out, and maybe, just maybe, you can challenge me for a title, for a championship. Who knows? But NAW, go and check them out. And that is pretty much it for everybody else's stuff. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. So, Pro Wrestling Tees, Goldmans, all 5. I'll say it again, all 5 designs. That's what you're wanting. And me on Facebook, Ricky J. Pate. Follow me on Twitter, RickTheRock30, where you'll find my link tree. That is RickyG34. WWA World Wrestling Alliance on Facebook. And last and never least, those month-long shout-outs you like and subscribe. Speaking of shout-outs, from Andy Armstrong 88, there is your shout-outs. But everybody else, like and subscribe for month-long shout-outs. And I'll give you 2 final reminders. Here is one. All my socials on there. Take a screenshot so you can look back when you're adding me, when you're following me. Also, before I show you the next one, if you want to get involved in this, the Battle of the Nation Championship, let me know. It's a WWE AW Predictions League group chat on Facebook, so just let me know. And here is a final reminder of everything I've just been saying. Again, take a screenshot, and I'm going to give you a second or two for that. So my Pro Wrestling Tees, my link tree, my YouTube, Facebook, WWA, and Twitter. So, coming this week, on Sunday will be TNT Wrestling Review. That is right, review the same day as the show. Most usually there's a day after. But TNT Aftershock Wrestling Review coming this Sunday. So tune in live. You do not want to miss that. And there'll be another movie review coming next week. And Double or Nothing predictions. So check both of those out. But for now, it is Ricky Goldman